Hi all, it's Alex here, your friendly neighbourhood cartographer, giving you a bit of a showcase of the last maps that we've done for this theme. We've actually done all the maps for this theme, and we've got technically 12 different environments, but like the Kings Fayres had 3 different maps on it, albeit 2 of them were kind of more like filler maps with the archery area and the melee arena. But we've done the Bug Hill, which has 5 maps in it, 5 different levels, and we've done a couple of variations. So I'm on holiday from this week, and so we're pretty happy with where we've wrapped up. At the end of the month, when I come back, I'm going to be pushing out a bunch more assets. I'm going to go back over some of the older maps that we've made, extract some more of those assets that we've not quite made available yet. And that's just going to be an ongoing process. There's so many things that we've not made available yet. So I'm going to go through and show you some of the maps that we haven't already mentioned on Patreon. These are all now available. They're all on my Airbridge. The Foundry pack has been updated. However, did just notice that one of the maps for the Bug Hill is broken as shit because we've used levels and it was working, and then it wasn't, and then it wasn't, and it wasn't, and it seems like we've now pushed it, and now it's not again. So hopefully, by the time you see this video, it might be fixed. It should be anyway. So I'm just going to go through some of the maps that are now available, like I said, on my Airbridge. And these have been, the majority of these have been made, I think all of these ones have been made by our new Team Mad cartographers. We brought on a bunch of people, and these are some of the maps. So, like I say, these folks are working with our assets, with our style, and so the maps should generally look like the Mad Cartographer maps. So this one was done by Mark Drummond, and it is a Druid Necromancer dungeon. So it's kind of like part plants, part undead, and you just got a bunch of these dungeon rooms that lead into this kind of like garden bone pit type area at the end, and as ever, fully walled, all the lights, etc, 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 etc. Oh, it's a light. Oh no, hold on it. 27, 28. I feel like I'm missing some. I am missing some. Which ones am I missing? I'm missing Giant Crevasse. Okay. So this is one that I knocked up. So this was kind of inspired by a little bit by The Witcher? Was it The Witcher? A bit of The Witcher and a bit of Lord of the Rings. So basically there's like a little base camp inside this cavern, and kind of like high up in the mountains with this rickety bridge with chains on the side, and players will navigate their way out, and it goes outside, but then the bridge kind of all collapses in, and there's still bits of chain, but no bridge, and they've potentially got to make their way to the other side. You can have all manner of things. You can have harpies and elementals and rocks, because we do love a good rock at the Mad Cartographer. So that was one that we knocked up, and like I said, got this little base camp here for people to start their climbing. We've then got Cliff Village. This was done by Zach, one of our Team Mad, and this little kind of like quite nice little cliffside village with this temple with these water springs running into the ocean. A few different buildings in here, like little tavern. There's a blacksmith's, I believe. Little general store. So there's lots of elevation on this, multiple different levels. I think this is a really interesting tactical map. If you wanted some seaborne invaders and you're defending, or vice versa. And we did a night version of the map as well. We've then got another one by Zach, This is the Juniper Forest Fire. So it started with this. He'd recently been on his holidays camping in, I don't know, like kind of Utah way, but not Utah. I can't think where it was that he went. He's quite the Bear Grylls camp type, and that goes out in the wilderness, bit of a survivor. And he was going through these, and that's what kind of inspired the Cliff Village, and then this Juniper Forest Fire. So yeah, you've got all these burnt out bushes, but then we did an actual fire version, being trapped in a forest fire. I think would be pretty cool. And I've never thought about this, but I think it'd actually be a nice little set of variant at some point, like the excitement of being in a forest fire during combat. I think would be pretty cool. So I might look at doing some more forest fire stuff in the future. And with the lighting effects and the smoke and stuff, it looks pretty good in Foundry. The last one by Zach, he did 3 for this theme, and he's actually currently working on ones for next month's theme as well. This was a jailbreak, so we've got this cool little jail cell. Can be placed anywhere. It's nondescript enough that it could be its own jail out in the middle of nowhere. It could be in a town somewhere. But you've got these little cells, a little bit of storage, but then there's this escape, this hidden door for this escape route that you can either be breaking in or breaking out. And we've got this little river running through it for a bit of extra features. And who knows what kind of creatures you're going to face in these caverns when you're trying to break out. And then last of all, almost last of all, it's loaded into Foundry at the moment, we have Tree Fort, made by Tony, one of our other team mad. So this was based off a sketch that I did at the beginning of the session, at the beginning of the theme. I kind of drew down a bunch of ideas, and Tony was like, I'd really like to do the Tree Fort. So I was like, cool man, you go for it. So I've got a little hatch here that players and the occupants of this fort would get into the building. And then you've just got some cool little bridges and stuff. It's supposed to be high up, so you've got the blur in the background. We've made it blurred enough that it's like there's not going to be ground combat in this. It's high enough up that falling from these bridges is a threat in itself. So those are the ones that I'm showcasing in Foundry. However, we do have these ones in in Photoshop. So this is the one that we've made with levels. This is the Ant Hill, and it just starts off with a normal open field, and you can kind of see this little curvature of the Ant Hill. Scale-wise, it's quite a big hole that leads into it, and then when you go down, it leads you into the entrance of this anthill. And we've just got a couple of levels. I say anthill, bug hill. It could be anything, could be whatever you want. We've got some areas where they might sleep, I guess. And you can see where we've got these little tunnels that go down. So this is going to take you further down, and it would bring you out here. So in levels, when it was working, you were dropping down. You could go up and down between the different levels. I don't know what's happened, but we'll definitely get it fixed before the end of the month. We'll probably have it fixed, today, I imagine. So yeah, this is like an area for storing food or something. When I was looking into ants and stuff, this is one that I made. When I was looking into ants and anthills, they often have a tunnel that runs off that goes under the surface that leads to other areas for them to come out, so that they're not coming always out at the top of their anthill. So this is either another route that your players could make their way in, or it is a potential additional exit. Then we go down. We've got some little lava pools where you might have all sorts of maggot larvae type things that are in these little pools while they're being hatched. And then we've got the Queen's Chamber, where I picture this giant queen being sat in this pool, laying eggs, and then the bugs just scurrying around and sticking them to these walls until they're ready for being moved up to the hatchery. So there you go. Those are all the final maps that we've done for for this theme. It's quite an interesting theme. It was a good one for. It allowed our team Mad to cut their teeth and start making some stuff with our assets, making their own maps. So yeah, bit of a varied selection. These are all available in the Foundry Pick and Mix module. That module will just keep getting updated anytime we do random maps or we do another pick and mix theme. They will go into that single pick and mix module until it gets so big that we're like, okay, maybe we should do, you know, pick and mix volume 2, which is probably not that far away because some of the maps that go in there are pretty big. Plus, we know we have kind of like some of the more interesting stuff that goes into those maps. But yeah, so otherwise, there you go. That's kind of what we've got for this month. Next month, for June, we are going to be doing Oceans. For the Oceans theme, the Other Things tier will be getting access to the first one of the adventures from the first issue of Crucible magazine, something that I've been running with my co-creator and co-owner TJ. We're making a 5e monthly magazine, and each month we're going to be taking one of those adventures and putting it and giving it to the All the Things tier. And the Mad Cartographer maps and themes are going to, for the most part, coincide with whatever the theme is for Crucible. So Crucible's first issue for June is Rising Tides, so it's all about oceans and pirates and things like that. So there's going to be ocean maps available through the Mad Cartographer. So if you do kind of want to support both, you've got a little bit of extra supporting content and extra maps with Mad Cartographer. If you want some adventures and some cool items and NPCs and stuff like that, then go and check out Crucible magazine, and it'll kind of like all tie together in some perfect symbiosis. But other than that, yeah, we're going to wrap this up in terms of maps, which is kind of unprecedented. Having a team of people helping us make stuff now has made things a lot quicker. And they're already starting to make the maps for next month as well. So we should be able to be getting maps out to you pretty much at the beginning of the month, which normally doesn't happen. Normally takes us a good week or so before we've got the first assets and the first maps made for a theme. Whereas now we've already got people working on them, so we'll be able to start releasing stuff, pretty much straight away. So hopefully you folks are looking forward to that. It's been a long time coming, us doing Oceans. People have been requesting it for a long time, so we're going to have all sorts of underwater and ship battles and do I show you one of the maps I've been working on? No, I don't. We'll save it. We'll save it for next time. So there you go. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you've thought about this theme, and leave any comments in the video or in the Patreon comments below. So as ever, thanks for watching, and keep rolling those 20s, folks. Peace.